So what if I told you there's a Japanese secret to living a long, happy life? Well, there is. It comes from the island of Okinawa, which, get this, is home to the largest population of centenarians on the entire planet. They call it Ikigai, and it's basically their reason for jumping out of bed every single morning. Okay, let's dive right into this.
Now, if you've heard of Ikigai, I'm almost certain you have seen this diagram. It is everywhere, and the idea seems simple, right? You find that sweet spot where your passion, your mission, your profession, and your vocation all overlap, and boom, you found your Ikigai. It looks so neat, so clean, and maybe a little too perfect. And as it turns out, there's a pretty fascinating twist to this whole story.
So where did this super famous diagram actually come from? Well, you might be surprised to learn it's not some ancient Japanese philosophy that's been passed down for generations. Nope. The real story is much, much more modern.
Okay, so here's the real journey of that diagram. It's basically a remix. It started out as a business concept back in 2001. Then, in 2012, it got adapted into a Spanish diagram about finding your purpose. And then, in 2014, an entrepreneur named Mark Wynn just swapped the Spanish word for Ikigai and posted it online. And just like that, a new internet sensation was born.
And there you have it, straight from the source. Mark Wynn himself explained how he just blended a couple of existing ideas and gave it a new name. Now, the crucial point here is that while this diagram has definitely helped a lot of people, it's a Western interpretation. It's not the authentic Japanese concept of Ikigai.
So, if the diagram isn't the real story, what is? Let's get back to the true, and I think much, much richer, meaning of Ikigai the way it's actually understood in Japan.
You know, the word itself tells us so much. Iki means life, and gai means value or worth. So your Ikigai is what makes your life feel worthwhile. It is your reason for being. It's not necessarily about making money or finding some perfect job. It's about what truly gives your life meaning.
And check this out. This chart just brilliantly illustrates the difference. A survey in Japan back in 2010 found that only about 31% of people considered their work to be their Ikigai. For the huge majority, their reason for being was found somewhere else entirely. That's a massive contrast to the Western idea that our identity and our purpose have to be tied to our career.
So your Ikigai could be raising your kids or mastering a craft, maybe tending to your garden or just connecting with your community. It's deeply, deeply personal, and it often has absolutely nothing to do with what you get paid for. In fact, many Japanese people never really retire. They just keep on doing what they love for as long as they possibly can.
So how do you actually cultivate this sense of purpose? Well, the people of Okinawa live by a set of pretty simple but really powerful principles that help them find and follow their Ikigai. Let's break down these 10 rules.
All right, the first 5 rules are really all about your mindset and your daily habits. First, stay active with something you love. Second, leave all that urgency behind and just adopt a slower pace. Third, practice the 80% rule when you eat, and we are definitely coming back to that one. Fourth, nurture your friendships. And fifth, engage in some gentle daily movement. See, these aren't extreme lifestyle changes. They're just small, consistent practices.
And the next 5 rules, they focus on our connection to the world and to ourselves. Smile, connect with nature, practice gratitude. Stop regretting the past or fearing the future, and just live right here in the now. And finally, number 10, the most important rule of them all. Once you discover your passion, your purpose, your Ikigai, you follow it. Okay, now that third rule, don't fill your stomach, that is a huge part of Okinawan life. Their diet is legendary, and it's a key pillar supporting their incredible longevity. This right here is the core principle. It's a concept they call hara hachi bu. It's a simple reminder they say before eating. Stop when you feel about 80% full. That little bit of hunger you're left with, it's actually an incredibly powerful tool for longevity because it puts way less stress on your body. And the data totally backs this up. Okinawans consume fewer calories and way less salt than the rest of Japan. I mean, that difference of nearly 300 calories a day and 5 fewer grams of salt, that really adds up over a lifetime, leading to much lower rates of heart disease and other chronic illnesses. So what exactly are they eating? Well, an incredible variety, over 200 different foods on a regular basis with a huge focus on vegetables. They eat the rainbow to get a wide range of nutrients. They rely on staples like sweet potatoes and tofu, eat fish a few times a week, and consume almost no sugar. And he drink this sanpin cha, which is a mix of green tea and jasmine flowers. It's absolutely packed with antioxidants, and it's been shown to help lower cholesterol. It's just another one of those small daily habits that contributes to their amazing health and long life. Okay,
So we've debunked the myth, we've explored the real meaning, the rules, and the diet. So for this final section, let's ask the big question: how can you start to uncover your own Ikigai? And you know what? While that diagram itself was flawed, some of its core questions can actually be a really useful starting point for reflection, as long as we approach them with this new, broader perspective.
Let's start right here, with zero pressure about what it could become. What do you get lost in? What could you talk about for hours on end? What are the activities that make you feel truly alive and energized?
Next up, think about your skills. What just comes naturally to you? Sure, it might be a technical skill, but it could also be your ability to listen, to organize things, or just to make people laugh. What are the unique gifts that you possess?
And finally, how can you contribute? How can the things you love and the things you're good at serve something that's larger than yourself? Now, this isn't about saving the entire world, but just about how you can bring value to your family, your community, or your little corner of it.
And I really want to leave you with this thought. Maybe the search for Ikigai isn't about finding that one perfect intersection on a diagram. Maybe it's about finding what makes you come alive, and then having the courage to build your life around that feeling. Because that, right there, is the true reason to get up in the morning.